Danny, after a difficult and challenging week, how good was it to end with defeating Notts County here 1-0?
Yeah, it's been a really tough couple of weeks, really, and for us to overcome the challenges that we've had and to find a point away at Gillingham and then a win today is incredible. I've been lucky enough to work with some really good groups in my managerial career and had some really good wins, but right now I can't remember a better win than that. When you consider how much has gone against us in the lead up, and even the boys that played, I reckon maybe 4 or 5 of them are playing at maybe 70, 75% fit, but we're all willing to put themselves or put the team ahead of themselves, and yeah, I was immensely proud of their efforts.
Yeah, and in that first half, a lot of them would have, that 75% might have been tested again because a lot of the running was against the ball, even though we defended Matt Macy's goal pretty well.
Yeah, Notts County are a very good team. You've only got to look at their attacking prowess, Jatta, David McGoldrick. You look at, finishing the game with Jody Jones. They have players at the top end of the pitch that are above the level, and for us to yeah, I think be as disciplined and as organised as we were against the ball is credit to the group, and so many put the team before themselves today, and I think that's why it feels like such a good win. We knew going into the game that we probably wouldn't be able to play with our rhythm and the control that we would like to, and we knew that we had to play maybe in a different way today. And I think we wanted to play on transition, so we wanted to speed the game up when we could. But we had to be very streetwise of when to do it and when to prepare and play more purposefully. And I thought we got the balance right. And as a consequence of getting that balance right, we had the fuel to press them really aggressively. And I think for Notts County they weren't able to find their flow, and that's why we got on the right side of it.
Yeah, and then of course it's always great to score a goal at any time, but just before half time, after that half, was probably an ideal time.
It was an important goal at an important time. I think, like I said, we had a few that weren't at full tilt today, so the goal gave us belief in the game, and it was a brilliant ball by Arthur. Oscar won a ball that probably he shouldn't have won, but I could tell him he's 6'4" and he runs at 10 metres a second, so these are balls that he can win. And then he had the presence of mind just to take a deep breath and find the cross, and I'm so pleased for Ty. He put a huge shift in on Tuesday, and to find the winning goal today will be brilliant for him.
Yeah, and then you brought Samson Tavide on, and for all they might have wanted to get back in the game by attacking, you have to keep defenders honest sometimes, and Samson certainly does that.
Yeah, well, we couldn't decide whether to start Samson or bring him on. We didn't know how Ty would recover because he put such a shift in on Tuesday. But of course, we got to 60 minutes, and when you can bring Samson on, he has such power and such aggression, and it's so much personality, and he gave us such a threat on the turnover, and he caused their defenders so many problems, and as a consequence, they couldn't send more players forward because they had to protect the halfway line and build defence behind their attack, and that's what Samson can do. So it's great to have him back. There's so many special mentions, really. Mace, the two centre halves, because we've hardly given a chance up to a very good Notts County team. But Lyle Taylor today, well, don't tell me that boy is 35. He's got the haircut of a 21-year-old, and he played like a 21-year-old Roy Keane today. I mean, he had to play deeper, playing a midfield role against a possession-based team. Not easy, but his energy and his desire, I thought, typified the performance.
Yeah, and I suspect if we spoke to Lyle or any of the other players, they love games coming thick and fast. They'd have wanted to play again on Tuesday, but for you as a head coach with what's gone on in the past couple of weeks, is a free week a good week?
Yeah, I think so. We lost Jack Tucker on the Friday, and it's like, honestly, I've been woken up, I reckon, about 7 or 8 times in the last 2 weeks with a message from a player saying, hot sweats, feel terrible, really bad headache, and you're like, oh my goodness. So it's not been easy. So we're hoping that this is the last of it, and we can get this virus out of the camp and get a couple been carrying injuries. Fit. This would be so important. Teddy's really close, which would be massive. Harry's isn't as bad as we first thought. Waiting on the scan on Jack Payne. JK's obviously a concussion protocol, so he all being well, and as long as he passes the test, which he looks like he's going to, will be fit for Newport as well. So the Cavalry are on the hill, are coming over the hill, and they're we're looking forward to having them back.